The Complete Works of Swami Vivekananda, Volume 1, Section 4, The Spirit and Influence of Vedanta. Lecture delivered at 20th Century Club, Boston. Before going into the subject of this afternoon, will you allow me to say a few words of thanks now that I have the opportunity? I have lived 3 years among you. I have traveled over nearly the whole of the America, and as I am going back from here to my own country, it is meet that I should take this opportunity of expressing my gratitude in the Athens of America. When I first came to this country, after a few days, I thought I would be able to write a book on the nation. But after 3 years stay here, I find I am not able to write even a page. On the other hand, I find in traveling in various countries that beneath the surface differences that we find in dress and food and little details of manners, man is man all over the world. The same wonderful human nature is everywhere represented. Yet there are certain characteristics, and in few words, I would like to sum up all the experiences here. In this land of America, no question is asked about the man's peculiarities. If a man is a man, that is enough, and they take him into their hearts. And that is one thing I have never seen in any other country in the world. I came here to represent a philosophy in India, which is called the Vedanta philosophy. This philosophy is very ancient. It is the outcome of the mass of the ancient Aryan literature known by the name of Vedas. It is as it were the very flowers of all the speculations and experiences and analyses embodied in that mass of literature collected and cultivated through centuries. This Vedanta philosophy has certain peculiarities. In the first place, it is perfectly personal and does not owe its origin to any person or prophet. It does not build itself around one man as a center. Yet it has nothing to say against philosophies which do build themselves around certain persons. In later days, in India, other philosophies and systems arose, built around certain persons, such as Buddhism or many of our present sect. They each have a certain leader to whom they owe the allegiance, just as Christian and Mohammedans have. But the Vedant philosophy stands at the background of all these various sects, and there is no fight and no antagonism between Vedant and any other system in the world. One principle it lays down, and that the Vedant claims is to be found in every religion in the world, that man is divine, that all this which we see around us is the outcome of that consciousness of the divine. Everything that is strong and good and powerful in the human nature is the outcome of that divinity, and though potential in many. There is no difference between man and man, essentially, all being alike divine. There is, as it were, an infinite ocean behind, and you and I are so many waves coming out of the infinite ocean. Each one of us is trying his best to manifest that infinite outside. So, potentially, each one of us has that infinite ocean of existence, knowledge, and bliss as our birthright, our real nature. And the difference between us is caused by the greater and lesser power of the manifest, the divine. Therefore, the Vedant lays down that each man should be treated not as what he manifests, but as what he stands for. Each human being stands for the divine, and therefore every teacher should be helpful, not by condemning man, but by helping him to call forth the divinity that is within him. It also teaches that all the vast mass of energy that we see displayed in the society and even every plane of action is really from inside out, and therefore what is called inspiration by other sects, the Vedantis back the liberty to call the expiration of man. At the same time, it does not quarrel with other sects. The Vedanta has no quarrel with those who do not understand this divinity of man. Consciously or unconsciously, every man is trying to unfold that divinity. Man is like an infinite spring coiled up in a small box, and that spring is trying to unfold itself. And all the social phenomena that we see are the results of this trying to unfold. All the competition and struggles and evils that we see around us are neither the cause of this unfoldment nor the effects. As one of our great philosophers say, in the case of the irrigation of the field, the tank is somewhere up in the higher level and the water is trying to rush into the field and is buried by the gate and barred by the gate. Barred by the gate. But as soon as the gate is opened, the water rushes in by its own nature, and if there is dust and dirt in the way, the water rolls over them. But dust and dirt are neither the result nor the cause of this unfolding of the divine nature of man. They are coexistent circumstances and therefore can be remedied. Now, this idea claims the Vedanta. It is to be found in all religion, whether in India or outside of it. Only in some of them the idea is expressed through the mythology and others through symbolism or symbology. The Vedanta claims that there has been not one religion inspiration, one manifestation of the divine man, however great, but it has been the expression of that infinite oneness in the human nature. And all that we call ethics and morality and does doing good to the others is also but the manifestation of this once. There are moments when every man feels that he is one with the universe and he rushes forth to express it, whether he knows it or not. This expression of oneness is what we call love and sympathy, and it is based on all our ethics and morality. This is the summed up in the Vedanta philosophy by a certain aphorism, Tat Tvam Asi. Tat Tvam Asi means thou art that. To every man this is taught, thou art one with this universal being, and as such, every soul that exists is your soul, and every body that exists is yours. And in hurting anyone, you hurt yourself. In loving anyone, you love yourself. As soon as a current of hatred is thrown outside, whomsoever else it hurts, it also hurts yourself. And if love comes out from you, it is bound to come back to you. For I am the universe. This universe is my body, and I am the infinite. Only I am not conscious of it now, but I am struggling to get this consciousness of the infinite. And perfection will be reached when full consciousness of this infinite comes. Another peculiar idea of the Vedanta is that we must allow this infinite variation in religion's thought and not try to bring everybody to the same opinion because the goal is same. As the Vedantis say, in this poetic language, has so many rivers having their source in different mountains roll down, crooked or straight, and at last come into the ocean. So, all these various creeds and religion taking their start from different standpoints and running through the crooked and straight courses at last come to die. As a manifestation of that, we find that this most ancient philosophy has through its influence directly inspired Buddhism, the first missionary religion of the world, and indirectly it has also influenced Christianity through the Alexandrians, the Gnostics, and the European philosophers of the Middle Age. The later, influencing German, though it has produced almost a revolution in the religion of philosophy and psychology. Yet, all this mass of influence has been given to the world almost unperceived, as the gentle falling of the dew at night brings support to all vegetative or vegetable life. So slowly and imperceptibly, This divine philosophy has been spread through the world for a good of mankind. No march of armies has been used to preach this religion. In Buddhism, one of the most missionary religion of the world we find, remaining of the great emperor Ashok, recording how missionaries were sent to Alexandria, to Antioch, to Persia, to China, and to the various other countries to, of the then civilized world. 300 years before Christ, instructions were given them not to revive other religions. The basis of all religion is the same. Wherever they are, try to help them all you can. Teach them all you can, but do not try to injure them. Thus, in India, there never was any religion persecution by the Hindus, but only the wonderful reverence which they have for all the religion of the world. They sheltered a portion of the Hebrews when they were driven out of their own country, and the Malabar Jews remain as a result. They received at another time the remnant of Persians when they were almost annihilated, and they remain to this day as a part of us and loved by us as the modern Parsis of Bombay. There were Christians who claimed to have come with Saint Thomas, the disciple of Jesus Christ, and they were allowed to settle in India and hold their own opinions, and a colony of them is even now in existence in India. And this spirit of tolerance has not died out. It will not and cannot die there. This is one of the great lessons that Vedanta has to teach. Knowing that consciously or unconsciously we are struggling to reach the same goal, why should we be impatient? If one man is slower than another, we need not be impatient. We need not curse him or revile him. When our eyes are opened and the heart is purified, the work of the same divine influences, the unfolding of the same divine in every human heart will become manifest, and then alone we shall be in a position to claim the brotherhood of man. When a man has reached the highest, when he sees neither man nor woman, neither sect or creed, nor color, nor birth, nor both, nor any of this differentiation, but goes beyond and finds the divinity which is the real man behind every human being, then alone he can reach the universal brotherhood, and that man alone is a Vedantist. Such are some of the practical historical results of the Vedanta.